I'm very excited to be here because we have great news to share with the company. I am Alberto Rodriguez-Navarro. I am a surgeon turned entrepreneur. I work almost 10 years as a clinician. I have done more than 3,000 laparoscopic surgeries by myself. And I decided to start my clinical practice and move to Silicon Valley to start Levita, mostly because I saw like a limitation in terms of how we can do the surgeries in a less invasive way. So that's the core that we are addressing. So first, to start with the big news that our system got FDA clearance just a couple of weeks ago. This was a huge milestone because developing new minimally invasive solutions for the FDA is a very big hurdle right now, so we are very happy that our team was able to develop. Also, this was in our own category. It's in magnetic surgical instruments. That's where our system lies. And also, we have 4 indications to start: gallbladder, bariatrics, colorectal, and also prostate. That also is a big advantage compared with the other systems that are under development. And we are planning a limited market release in the next coming months. We are preparing everything. We are talking with very high-level centers in order to deploy our first systems. And as everybody knows, surgery will be with robots. That's something that everybody who is in this field understands. The big question is, what kind of robots? So if you see the high-volume market today, traditional laparoscopy that is performed by the surgeon with an assistant that actually is a critical component in order for doing the procedure, because you really rely on the assistant for visualization and also for creating the surgical field. If you have a bad assistant, that really impairs your capability as a surgeon. And if you see, this is still like 95% of the market of the surgeries are performed in this way. But on the other side, the traditional robotic, that is the intuitive surgical model, is the console-based robot that you take the surgeon out of the stereo field, you put it in a big console, you replace the surgeon with a big, complex, and expensive robot that also you need also a very well-trained OR team. And if you see it even has been really successful, it's only 5% of the market after 20-plus years. And also I want to show you, it's very concentrated in the more complex procedures. So the market is in need for a disruptive robotic alternative, and we believe that Mars is the solution. So the big thing with our system is that push the boundaries of what is less invasive, mostly based on our magnetic technology. For the patient means less pain, faster recovery, and less scar. That's something that patients really, really value. Also, we bring value to the surgeon. That is the other component of our value proposition, because we enhance control. Magnetic technology enables to do movements that you are not able to do with traditional instruments, but also you see better because you have a very steady visualization that also is critical in order to perform a fast and efficient procedure. So as you can see here, the surgeon is in control. We have a foot control that enables the movement of the 2 robotic arms. And also, we provide a better use of labor because as we give more control to the surgeon, we reduce the need of the OR personnel. And our goal in Levita is different, is another approach. Our focus is making the surgeon better, how we use technology in order to improve the capabilities of the surgeon. So that's why Mars is the combination of our magnetic technology that enables the reduction of incisions in order to do the procedure in a reliable way, but with less incision for the patient, plus machines that give you the independence and control that the surgeon needs. Our system is 2 cards, 2 independent arms. One controls the magnetic component, that is this one, and in the other one, we connect off-the-shelf laparoscopic camera that we adapt to any of the OR instruments, and you control this with a very easy-to-use foot joystick. Why is so important what we're doing? Because the core of our technology is based on what we call the dynamic magnetic retraction. When you are doing surgery, triangulation is critical. As a surgeon, you have your 2 hands, you have visualization in the center, and in the tip of the triangle is where surgery is happening. When you start moving to reduce port techniques, you start clutching the instrument, you start losing what you call triangulation, and that makes the procedure more challenging, and you increase the difficulty. There are some other approaches that they try to fake the triangulation, so you bend the instruments. The problem when you do that, you lose a lot of force And that's a fundamental problem of all of any single incision solution. So that's the beauty about magnets. That is a new technology that solves the problem of effective triangulation, that you can generate a lot of force unconstrained from the entry point, and meanwhile you reduce the invasiveness. So this is also a small animation that shows that the beauty about this is that compared with traditional instruments, you're very kind of like constrained by your entry point. The beauty about magnets is that you can really move around unconstrained, so it's a better way of doing the procedure. How the system works, we eliminate incisions. That's our biggest clinical value. And it's known that reduction of incisions bring less pain, less use of opioids, faster recovery. You have the surgeon in the stereo field, 2 hands in the patient. So you introduce the inner piece, and this is the one that is controlled by the external magnet. In that way, you create effective retraction, effective movement, and you can perform the procedure. So the advantage is less invasive. That's the clinical value. You don't need a console. That also uses a lot of space in the OR. Also, we keep the surgeon in stereo field. That is safer if anything happens with the patient. Very easy to use. We leverage the standard camera and other instruments from the OR. And it's agile. It's really portable. There's small carts. You can really move from one OR to the other. Easy to set up, and also it's designed to work in an ambulatory surgical environment. That is the big trend for the high-volume abdominal procedures. We bring patient benefit, as I said, with less pain, faster recovery, less scars. For the surgeon, it's a better way for doing the procedure. It's a better tool in order that you can do the procedure. And for the surgical center, we reduce the use of labor inside of the OR, also outside after the procedure, because as the patient has less pain, need less care in the PACU. Very clear differentiation. Patients love the concept about magnets, less incisions, and is designed to fit in ambulatory surgical unit. This also is a very important view of the market, that we divided the procedures in high, more than 3 hours, medium, 1.5 and 3 hours, and low complexity procedures. This is the average reimbursement in the US, the size of the balls are the cases per year, and in blue is the penetration of robotics today. And as you can see, that is very concentrated in the high complex procedures. So we see that this is the area that is ready for disruption, the low complexity procedures that actually is the majority of the market. We're talking about more than 20 million cases per year. We're also very fortunate that we are working with recognized centers here in the US. We have published with all these centers, so we have the support by recognized key opinion leaders that see that our technology is pushing the boundaries of what is done. And just to finalize, we have a very strong pipeline of how we're going to improve our system, because we see that having a system inside of the OR give the capability of data gathering, and we are actively working in our next generation of system that we want to take that data and use in useful stuff for the surgeon. Because as I mentioned, our goal as a company is how we help the surgeon to do better, how to improve it with technology. So that's why we believe that everyone deserves Mars, but has to bring high patient benefit as a number one, enable the surgeon to do more, better use of the OR personnel, and has to be adapted to the current workflow, and at the end, makes a better surgeon. So well, thank you very much. We are shooting for places where nobody else has been before, and if you want to know more about our business model, our next plan, and more detail of our pipeline, please contact me. Thank you.